guys, welcome back to my channel. And today we was making chow mein. And this is my mom.
Hi everyone.
And right now she's practically mixing
Stir frying the veggies.
Yeah, the veggies. And
so the veggies, all that's in here is I cut up, I started by cutting up an onion and a bell pepper. And then I cut up some asparagus and broccoli. And then I started to stir fry that. And as that was cooking, then I added in cabbage and shredded carrots. And so all this is right here is it's cooking in some olive oil. And then I like to use this Montreal season. You don't want to add a lot because saltiness, you salt to your taste.
And these are the noodles we will be using. We found them at Target.
Jewels. Target sells them, but you have to find them online. But Jewels
has these. We got these from Jewels. We got 4 packs.
And we use this brand because it's a lot it's not as soft when you start to stir fry and mix everything together. It's still, it doesn't get soggy.
A little stiff.
So this is a very good brand to kind of use.
Yeah, and since we were making stir fry, we decided to make it with chicken. All my mom did was cut up some chicken breasts and seasoned it, and then she fried it with some of the same olive oil.
Everything is olive oil.
Everything is with olive oil. And so right now the water's boiling, and this
we're going to cut off the stir fry to
let
it sit for a little bit. But let's taste it just to make sure all of the noodles looks like it's cooked. Still has a nice crunchiness to it, so I'm going to cut this off. I don't want to overcook it, right?
You can make this anytime. It's not that hard to make. All you need to do is just cut up vegetables, get some olive oil, fry them. Fry some chicken with some olive oil, and boil some chow mein noodles. And we only use this because these ones don't get too soft when you cook them. So that's why this one's more recommended, because
you only once the water, so I'm just waiting for the water to be fully boiled, and all you do is boil them for 3 minutes. So it's really fast. You don't leave them in that water long. And then when it's done boiling for 3 minutes, you're gonna rinse it off with some cold water, right? And the whole point of the cold water is, once again, just so that it doesn't get all soft and sticky. And so it just makes it very easier to stir fry and mix it all together. And so this is the first part of the video. We don't want to keep it too long. So once we start mixing everything up together, so we'll log back in once the noodle is finished boiling. We'll mix the noodle with the veggies and the chicken together, and then we'll add a little bit of, I like the Kiekelman's soy sauce, but you can use any soy sauce, right? Because some other brands are a little bit salty, but I like this one. And then we're just gonna mix it all up.
See, this kind of soy sauce. Well, you can practically use any soy sauce you like, because it doesn't matter as long as it's soy sauce. So that's how we usually would make it. And since we're making this for a family, we're making this for us and my aunt, then we're making a little bit more than probably a usual person would make. But you can make this in a smaller portion. We're just making it in a bigger portion.
And it depends on how much noodles you want. If you're like a veggie lover, then of course add more veggies. If you're a noodle lover, add more noodles.
If you're a chicken lover, add more chicken.
Right.
Because it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter as long as the food's not salty and as long as the noodles are not soggy, because the whole point of stir fry is for it not to be some soggy noodles. It's not supposed to be soggy. The dish is not made to be soggy. And also, we use this pan to fry the vegetables. Or
you know, that's what the
yeah.
Chinese people use to.
And we're boiling the water.
We're gonna add in the noodles because this water is boiling now.
Yes.
And this is only gonna cook for 3 minutes.
3 minutes. 3. Because if you boil it too long, it's just gonna get soft. And like I said, it's not supposed to be soft. And remember, add cold water.
Yeah,
to it. Drain it in cold water.
We're gonna let this cook for 3 minutes and then we'll drain it in some cold water. Like when we drain it, we'll run some cold water over it, and then we'll just start mixing everything together. So we'll log back in a few more minutes.
And also, I know that sometimes you wouldn't be able to see the seasoning clearly. So this is how the seasoning looks, and this is the same exact noodles we would use, and the olive oil. And you can also shred your own carrots because we got already shredded.
Yeah, but everything else I shredded.
Everything else she shredded.
The cabbage,
the cabbage, the broccoli, the onions, the asparagus, yes. And see, this is the thing we're going to. This is the rack. Is it called a rack?
Strainer.
A strainer that we're gonna put the noodles in and use cold water with. And we also got this. And you're probably wondering, oh Maisha, what is this? Well, it's a Ferrero Rocher. I found it at Walmart. And it was this big Ferrero Rocher with tiny Ferrero Rochers in it, and it came in this, and then when you open it, it had chocolate in it. We already opened up the chocolate ball, but there was a whole chocolate ball in it, and it's nice. It's nice to get for somebody as a gift. It was nice. It's pretty, and it comes in this which you can use multiple times. And maybe I will be making some Pillsbury Devil's food cake, black chocolate cake. So we will like contact you later. Oh, actually,
so we're gonna take this out in a minute. See how soft they got?
You don't want them to be too
So we're gonna cook this just for 1 more minute.
Yeah, one more.
I put it in at 227.
This is 4 noodles, right? 4 noodles.
No, this is 3 pack.
This is 3 noodles.
Probably could use the other pack, but we'll see what this gives us.
But and it like this is how it looks. And this is how this looks. So that's the noodles. And then
I'm gonna have some cold water.
so then she has the cold water running and the sink. And the noodle is boiling. Make sure that you could buy one of these. It doesn't have to be as big as this or wide or anything, but make sure you have like something to drain it. Strainer. Make sure you have one, so that it makes it much easier to strain your noodles. And would you mind telling them why we use cold water again?
Oh, that's what the pack says. So just follow the instructions on the pack. And the reason we're using the cold water is just cold water on hot noodles. It tends to kind of not make it get too soggy.
And that's what you don't want. You don't want.
Right. So I'm about to cut this off.
Yeah.
Because it's been 3 minutes, so I don't want to overcook it. And then I'm about to strain it out.
You're gonna strain it now. See, it's stirring. The fire is off.
Throw it out.
And she's gonna throw it into there. Into some nice cold water. And it looks a little foggy because it's the steam coming from the hot noodles.
is just rinsing it off.
It's like giving noodles a bath, a cold shower, That's what it's basically. Look how shiny these noodles are. These noodles are.
It's not sticky. See how it's like nice and.
You don't want it sticky.
You know
if it's too sticky,
then
then
it becomes hard to stir. Like mix it up in the stir fry, and then it gets lost. All right, so now we can start like mixing up.
You want an equal amount of everything. Equal amount of noodles, an equal amount of veggies, and an equal amount of chicken. Well, you can add more veggies if you like. Like we said, whatever type. Like if you want more chicken, add more chicken. Want more veggies, add more veggies. Want more more noodles,
nice
then
soft.
just add more noodles.
Right, so now we're gonna mix it because I have.
And we also got this what is it called? This like drying rack right here. It's aluminum. What is it? Is it aluminum?
Aluminum, but
yeah, it's an aluminum rack. Cool. And now, what are you gonna do now?
We're gonna mix it all up together. Stir fry, but
this,
it's a lot of stir fry up in here because I'm making a whole lot, so I just want to
But
separate
you don't have
it.
to make this much. You
Right.
don't have
the
to
only
make.
reason I'm taking half.
If you're making it for you and like 2 other people, then you should just make like less than half of it. Make a little less than half of it. And because we're making this for like about 4 or 5 people. For us including.
So now we're gonna start adding the chicken. Put it back on a low heat. So let me get the.
And we're using this rice. This is what we call a rice pot because we
just
cook
took it
rice
out
in
and
this.
put some in there.
But that's not what we're using it for.
I'm gonna
And then
add
this
in some
is chicken.
now, and then the noodles. So this is just chicken that we had Maisha had previously cooked this. I just bought the little chicken tenderloins and I cut them up in small pieces with a little bit of seasoning.
Chicken breast.
And I cooked it in, once again, olive oil.
Yes.
And so now we're just mixing all of this, and this is
And
stir fry.
I did not video us frying it. But if you still don't understand, don't add way too much oil.
Yeah, you can always add more.
You can always add more.
Just pour it in small portions.
Yeah.
You just want your chicken to have a nice brown texture.
Exactly.
This
is what it looks like. And then she's gonna add the noodles.
Add some of the
noodles. Not all the noodles. We're only adding half of everything.
Right, because we want to be able to mix, and then you can always just add more.
This is what it looks like.
And then we use the soy sauce just to kind of give it the color, but for now I'm just going to mix.
And remember, this is the exact soy sauce we use. Like I said again, you don't have to use that soy sauce. You can use any other brand you like to use. Because it doesn't really matter which brand you use, as long as you add seasoning.
The soy sauce is what's going to give it that nice color. So, and which is why you don't want to add too much seasoning, because remember the soy sauce is already salty.
It has seasoning. It's like a seasoning dressing.
Right.
And ooh, that looks amazing. Like I said, you can add more of whatever. We just made a little bit. There's always more, because the more you add, a little harder it is to mix it. So you add a little bit at first.
Right.
And boy, when I tell you this is gonna be good, I'm not joking. It's amazing, yummy. Do. Ooh, she's adding more soy sauce. Like, you can add however much you want. It doesn't really matter, but just don't add a lot, because remember it's a little salty. So you don't want it to be you don't want this to be salty at all. You want it to have a little flavor. And also, you don't have to use these certain type of pans. I mean,
yeah, you can do it
you
in
can
any
use
pan.
it in any pan you like. We're just using these pans because these are what we use. We use this for stir fry.
Yeah, it's a wok. They know what a wok is. Just gives you.
If you've seen this, you probably know what it is.
Well, this is how it looks, and I'm just letting
And
it.
it looks all nice and amazing.
Probably just let it cook just for a little bit.
Yeah.
So everything is nice and warm.
Maybe I will
So I'm gonna taste again.
if you give
Just
me
for
if you give me a
flavor.
couple of likes and you subscribe and comment down below, maybe I will make chicken Alfredo like we do. And that's what she's tasting it. Amazing.
But you should give it a taste too. Tastes
Of
perfect.
course I'm gonna taste it. Why wouldn't I? I mean, who wouldn't want to? It's amazing. What do you think, Mom?
I think it's great. I'm gonna do. That's it.
So that's how we make stir fry. I will see you guys in the next video.
Picture of it. And you can post it too.
Yes. Bye.